You guys remember this? I caught this for you guys. I told you I was drawn to take the picture through my window, and this is what I found. And then the next day I was drawn again to the window. You guys will see it way back in the, I made a whole video of it because the last thing that I saw will blow your mind. Yeah, my screen is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It may be a little bit smaller, but I don't care because it's weird, okay? So anywho, you see the next day, this is what happened. I was drawn to do this, and it's like, it looked like 3, but then if I look at it clearer, it'll look like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know, of these, okay? So, yeah, so the next day I was drawn to more of these, okay? Which I choose to say are spirits. So a lot of spirits are really, they did something this particular time, man, I'm telling you. And a lot of you guys, look way back in my videos, you'll see the whole entire video. And this is before they started really harming my channel relentlessly because, and then this is when somebody else came up with a name, and how they say the one from India, the one person. It's interesting that they have my same name because people used to make that joke and say, oh, well, if you get scammed, it's that one guy in India or some crazy stuff they say sitting behind a desk. Well, I have 2 people with the same name, you know, that has channels as mine. And so a lot of my subscribers that I met out in the field, I hope they are never confused by this. However, I see that they have been harming my channel over the years, and now we're learning about all of this other stuff that's coming to light, which I was, you know, always telling you guys something of the sort, okay, which I'm trying to post right now because I'm gonna let y'all see in every which way. You know, something brief though. But this is my channel, and this is how it was before anything. You see how it went from the 2s to the 1s, and then if I go back to my other information that I have, you'll see actually more. But nevertheless, it's neither here nor there, but this is what's happening now.
Governments have to protect you, whether that's local, state, maybe even federal. Y'all see ILO Convention number 169. Self-identification as indigenous or tribal shall be regarded as a fundamental criterion. All right, so it is a criteria to correct your status. Look at Article 2. Governments must develop coordinated and systematic actions to protect the rights of these people and to guarantee respect for their integrity. Y'all screaming y'all tired of people bothering y'all, messing with y'all, saying y'all not indigenous. Let's go even deeper. All right. Article 13 through 16. Recognize special relationship to land and territories. Require identification, protection. My laptop shut off, but anyways, look, they even talk about reparations. If y'all have removal without free and conformed consent, all of y'all who say that your land was taken, they have to ensure return and compensation where relocation occurs. So, y'all see ILO Convention number 169.
Oh, how long you been doing poetry? I said many years, more than 20. But when I caught her expression, my smile started to fade. She said, more than 2 decades and you still performing around the way? I at least thought you'd been on Broadway or a national stage. My nostrils fled. I shifted in my seat. I adjusted my glasses. I said, what you say to me? She said, I'm just saying, more than 20 years should probably bring you fame. I said, well, the fact that I'm still in demand leaves me amazed. I'm grateful. I looked at sis again. There was no scales, no sharp talons, but it was a little smoke on her tongue. She was hateful. She said, how old are you? I took a long look around the room. I was hinting at sis to go on and move. I was trying not to be rude. I said, I'm in my early 40s. She said, true. I don't see no ring. I said, no, baby girl, not yet. She said, oh, so you ain't meet nobody who wanted to take you off the market? I said, well, of the few men that I dated, there was one I thought I would be with for life, but it didn't work out that way. She said, another independent woman who can't find her Mr. Right. I said, sis, you want to fight? But she laughed at my offense. Instead of falling back, she leaned in. She said, you sitting here like you ain't got no friends. At least tell me you got some kids. I said, I don't have no time for this. My life is beautiful the way that it is. She said, oh, you one of them. I said, one of who, friend? She said, you the type to meet a grim reality with toxic positivity. You sitting there like you never wanted to be mommy or wifey. I said, you're talking to a woman who has radical acceptance for whatever God has for me. I said, honestly, I'm at peace. And I remembered I didn't even have to be in this woman's vicinity. I started to gather my things up quickly. I said, for the record, I didn't enjoy your company. But since you forced yourself upon me, the least you can do is tell me your name. Sis gonna say same. I said, same as what, girl? Stop playing. She said, same as the woman that I'm talking to, boo. She said, sis, I'm you. I'm the dark corners of your brain. I give voice to what your subconscious be saying. She said, you met a lot of hurt people who wanted you to feel the same. You used to ignore it, but now in the quiet corners of your day, you start to regurgitate all of the negative things they used to throw your way. And she said, look around, sis, I'm not even here. But I'm glad that you can hear your inner thoughts really are that rude. You need to get to therapy and get them people's opinions up off of you. Because I know your life is beautiful, but the question is, do you? She said, right now, you sounding like your own biggest hater. And I wanted you to know that until you let their opinions go, you are the only dragon that needs slaying. Thank y'all.
I told you niggas Hitler was a made-up character. Why? Because these corporations who made these goddamn GMO humans, when the world said they couldn't make them no more and sell them like that, they had to get rid of the product. So what do big corporations do when they got an overabundance of product? They haul off the cost. By doing what? Dumping the product. Okay, they made all these goddamn GMO humans, all this goddamn product that was crazy as hell in mental asylums. These bitches were crazy. They made them 1 year old in an hour. They had mental asylums, prisons, and A63 after the World Fair. That's why the first black massacre is in New York, because that's when they turned them loose. They had already put them on orphan trains from 854 to 929. We're from 854 to 863, we helped their ass. But in 863, them bitches mobbed us out.
How do you move on from somebody?
You can't move on from somebody until you detach from them. And you can't detach from them without realizing that you were attached to them. So I think the question to ask is, why am I attached to this person? What do I feel like? What hole in me do I think that they are filling? So I needed to be with her or be with him because they validated me. They made me feel loved. That tells you that you don't love yourself enough. Because if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't depend on them to love you. Do you see how this works? So understand that every person that you're with is merely reflecting you. So if you struggle with something in a relationship with somebody, that's because you actually struggle with that part of you. And they're reflecting it back to you. But the ego wants you to focus on them. No, no, no. It was just you. That's why I try to tell you, nothing exists outside of you. Everything was you. And when you know that, now everyone that you interact with, they're teaching you a little bit more about yourself.
How do you move on from somebody?
It's gay rights groups and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country. That's why the Democrats are dropping the blacks and moving on to the Hispanics, because they're a larger group of Hispanics now.
But the reason people are concerned about the words they use, the reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America.
The God who created the earth in 7 days. That's the devil. Adalabroth came and created 7 planetary archons, or 12, which would be the ones in this particular zodiac. So they make this physical body, which is this, but it couldn't stand up. So Newt comes back to recorrect things. She tells Adalabroth to breathe life into the physical body. When he breathed life into the physical body, the little bit of life that he had went into the physical body. When the Archon and Adalabroth realized that the God or the man that they had created was greater than them, they basically tried to destroy them. He said, I am a jealous God, and let it be known I shall have no God before me. So if you want to identify that, that's the biblical God. But he didn't bother to look up and see that there was God before him. To recorrect that, the highest God, which is Sirius, which is a reflection of the mother, said that I have to go down to the earth and go into incarnation and ransom myself off because I'm higher than him, I'm more powerful than him. And I have to ransom myself off so I can redeem the physical bodies that he used to trap the souls in. Y'all get this? So as a result, the most ancient star, which is Sirius, broke pieces of her off and sent it to Earth to incarnate into the physical bodies and hide itself in the physical bodies, and that's called the hidden God, Amun-Ra. It broke the pieces off. And each piece that is broken off is the seed of Soot, which is Sirius, or Set in here, or Seth in here, which ain't got nothing to do with the evil Seth, which is in each and every one of us called melanin. The energy that was of the original creator that created the universe is in you. And as a result, you went through this hell, and later on, because you have the original creator in you, you later day will redeem yourselves. Full circle. You can eat from other trees in the garden, but don't eat from the tree of life, which means don't tap into your melanin, which is the original seed that is over me and bigger than I am. Because now, because you have the original seed, you are above me. We built Atlantis. And so, as a result, this particular God caused the flood. And based on this flood, they killed off thousands of our people or whatever. We escaped and we built Egypt. By this time, he caused invasions from the original counterfeit spirits, which is the white people, that came and ransacked that. So the Egyptian mystery system was a system made to turn you into God to get a certain amount of people past the realm of incarnation, reincarnation. Because Adalabroth to make you to forget You forget all your stuff because when you reincarnate, you come back in that baby's body. You forget all your stuff. You come back pissing and shitting and all this kind of thing here and crying and all this here. And you forget things. And that's the way that they can make you forget things and keep you in bondage over and over with the reincarnation. So the yogis would burn the body real fast, so if they lost the art of getting to the heaven realm, they would reincarnate fast enough so they wouldn't forget. The Egyptians was different. The Egyptians had the science the Kamites had the science on where they could fool the body. What they would do is mummify the body, and a dollar drop would still think that the body was still down here because it had deteriorated, and the soul would slip past, and they would reincarnate and have to come back to a body because that body had deteriorated. Now remember, the yogi people, once the body is disintegrated, they would come back fast because the dollar drop would send them back down. But the Egyptians used to fool them and mummify the body. They would think the body was still on the earth because a dollar drop is blind and he can only see the physical body because he can't see the original soul, the spirit. He's a blind and idiot God, and an ignorant God, and an arrogant God. So the Egyptians used to mummify the body so they can get off the damn planet and escape while the body was still down here. And they would trick the damn Adalabra because they was the masters.
Happy birthday to you, November 30. Happy birthday to you, November 30. Oh, happy birthday to all of our November the 30th, lovely and handsome and sexy and half man and half beast. November the 30th. Happy birthday. It's only it's for you. Ain't only you. Oh my goodness, what you gonna do? You guys, I took the middleman out of the equation because a lot of people try to initiate what they cannot relate to. And what I mean by that is I'm tired of hearing the jigga boo. Okay? Alright, so we're just gonna celebrate in this way. Happy birthday, November the 30th. You guys know what to do. This one's for you. You guys need to know that you are a mass key component to this whole divine plan on this beautiful said divine planet Earth. The higher realm said, please know your worth. Now you guys, I got actually four doppelgangers that sound like divine love, but they're not me, it's others, okay? Just to let you guys know. My channel is basically 10 years, I believe, at this point. But the bottom line is this. And I'm not going to say, did I say doppelgangers? Well, I mean, only by name. Now, I don't know what they do on their channel because I never studied their channel. You know what I mean? I just know they came there much after me. So I just want to let you guys know in its entirety that that's not me, okay? All right, so that's for those who I met out in the field. I love you guys, all of my day ones, play ones. You guys stay strong because it's not a game out here, okay? Now getting older, you don't have to dream. All right, so you guys you need to know that you are the mass key component to this whole divine plan on this beautiful divine planet Earth. The higher realm said you must know your worth since birth. You heard me? Yeah, that word planet could have been no other word. All right, the higher realms told me through meditation. Why? The higher realm said because you had to know that you are planned. Okay? Now, I don't know what somebody else has to do with what you learned through your meditation in any way, but for some reason, people like to interject or intercede, whatever, for whatever, attention greed. I don't know what it is, but you guys, it's okay. to recognize your consciousness, okay? Your God consciousness, and helping you lead the way. Now, again, through my meditation, the higher realms don't play. The higher realms come through strong in a way where the higher realms said that word plan, that could be no other word. So you will know that you are planned. Why? Because you guys are seriously on a soul's mission. All right? See, life is your soul's mission. It is not a competition. That's why these fools got it twisted out here. That's right. That dressed up garbage can, man. Garbage can. And that $500 hat on that 50-cent head, and that last one with all those degrees more than the thermometer, but they still can't, Anywho, the bottom line is they're always calling you, asking you what to do. So what I'm saying is they may be in different levels of multidimensional levels of competition with you. That's neither here nor there. But this is for you guys to make sure that you are aware of your life, your soul's mission, okay, here on earth. It's not about a competition. That your soul's mission, life is your soul's mission. Along with that, the higher realms have instilled something beautiful inside of you. It is called your intuition. All right? The higher realms said, if you trust your intuition, ooh, child, you can begin to see without sight. All right? People still scratching their head trying to figure out how the blind man or woman can maneuver this whole world day or night and get it right without a fight. You don't find them saying, oh, yeah. The bottom line is intuition. See, the higher realms didn't stop there. The higher realms told you guys, or telling you guys, that at this point, if you can learn to trust your intuition, beautiful November 30th birthday one, you too can begin to see without sight, okay? And the higher realms keeps that beautiful intuition spiritually tethered to this thing called your spiritual GPS, which is the gods or the guides or simply God pointing you to your next level of step of origin. All right? Yes. That's right. And that acronym for STEP is STEP, which is a solution to every problem. So a lot of you guys don't even know that you were born fully loaded, like a 9mm, like a 9mm fully loaded with hollow points and not knowing which way to shoot. Okay? So don't let nobody even think about giving you guys the boot or shooting a Rudy toot. Right? The bottom line is, you have a powerful worth here since birth, and it's definitely clear. Now, the higher realms want you guys to know, just like, you are born with a solution to every problem, you must identify that situations are things that happen. Problem is something that you create. Now, how you know the difference? Every time you hear something about a problem, you hear a name attached to it. That's the clue. Houston, we have a problem, right? Situations go where what had happened there, right? What had happened. So the bottom line is, just know that you guys know within the course of a day, and which way you go, just remember to take that moment to sit back and spiritually recollect, the fact, okay, that situations are things, that happen, and a problem is something that you create. So during the course of the day, you might want to take a break and say, hey, wait a minute, am I the solution? If you don't hear that voice, it's going to say, yeah. So that's something you guys will recognize along the way. All right? And one reason for that, the higher realms want you to know, and everyone to know, with this beautiful day here, that the enemy is, just like the word says, enemy. All right? Therefore, there's no outer fight. The enemy is enemy. No one can harm me more than I have harmed me. All right? Why? Because, let's see, I take myself everywhere I go. How about that? Everywhere I go, I take me with me. So you guys, just remember the word enemy is just like it's pronounced. It is enemy. So I must identify that enemy, which is enemy. You know that one to tell you, oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you're not ready yet. Oh, you better not even try. Oh, no, they're going to laugh at you. Oh, he or she don't like you. Oh, you can't start that business. Oh, you can't buy that car. Oh, you're not, how you going to, you know what I'm, guys, there it is. So remember, the enemy is enemy. So the higher realms want you guys to really recognize these things so you can really take your foot out your butt. So you can stand and so you can walk and develop that spiritual strut. I can't make it up. All right. So that's what the higher realms want you guys to know. But also the higher realms want you guys to know that the higher realms don't speak through those burning bushes anymore like once upon a time. Yeah, the higher realms said, well, too many doggone distractions, okay? And the higher realms told me through my meditation that distractions are sent to dis your actions. Hence the word distraction, right? So, let me tell you guys. Yeah. So, the higher realms want you guys to know that no more burning bushes, okay? Because then you have the distraction, the fire department, you sitting there all cozy with the fire burning bush and the higher realms telling you a story. And here come the fire department. Here come the rescue squad. Here come the ambulance. Yeah. When quite frankly, if the higher realms want that fire to keep going, it'll keep going. That's why you heard them journalists come back and tell you on live television, well, they can't seem to put the fire out. All right, the fire been going for days and days. Well, unbeknownst to you guys, it's a fire that's been burning for 60 years now on this earth. 60 years. I used to say almost 60 years, but I believe it's 60 years now. Bottom line. Check it out. Yeah, so that's the thing. But the higher realms want you guys to know that the higher realms also speaks through numbers, signs, and synchronicities, okay? That's your birth date, expiration date, and all the little DNA codes in your body, okay? People, places, and times. You heard me? Yeah. So the higher realms speak to you guys through these numbers, signs, and synchronicities. And your beautiful birthright number is 1130. Isn't that something? And 11 is a powerful number all by itself. I can't make it up. However, that number 1 carries a significant, powerful value of wealth. Why? Because, oh my goodness, you guys, back in ancient times, that number 1 was never meant to be a number. All right? That's right. So that number 1 was never meant to be a number. All right, the number 1 represented, as sure as it's the distance between the dot, the distance between two dots is one straight line. As sure as that's so, the higher realms want you to know that numbers were meant to be plural. Think about it. Now, the number 1 represented God, the Alpha, the beginning. Okay. And the higher realms want you guys to know that you have that God-like energy in you from the beginning, all right? And a lot of you guys are alpha males and alpha females. That's why I went ahead and took the horoscopes names out of it, because a lot of people do not identify with those. So let's keep it simple. If your day is today, 1130, that is your birthright number in every single way. So I'm keeping it very simple on this channel at this time. Okay. Now, those of you who identify, you already know what this represents, 1130. A lot of you guys know it represents the Saggy. Okay. But the bottom line is Sagittarius. Yes, it identifies with Sag. But the bottom line is I'm keeping it very simple because I do know that a lot of people, sometimes have other energies about this. And then it takes away the middleman who always say, oh, I don't like this sign. And I didn't like that. Okay, well, guess what? This is 11:30 all day. 1 2 1 2 microphone check. 11:30. What you do at 11:30 today? What you gonna do at 11:30 tonight? Did I stutter, utter, or mutter, or give you some butter? You better check that mic. Okay, so anywho, so you can get it right, right? So the bottom line is this, you guys. You know, that number 1 was never meant to be a number. Like I said, it represents Alpha, it represents God, the beginning, the Alpha. All right? So a lot of you guys are alpha males and alpha females. And a lot of you guys really do have that God-like energy inside of you. And I'm going to break it down because this is not a religious channel, right? At all. You know, I really don't want to be so spiritually great that I can't be in the earthly good. You know, I really keep it that simple. I try to, you know, communicate on a spiritual level. Why is that? Because it's just like the word, spirit, you all is for everyone. All right? The spirit has no sex, no age, or no color. We are born of a mighty powerful spirit. You're me. Yes, indeed. So, the bottom line is this. All right? You guys have that God-like energy, which is G-O-D. And that's simply, a lot of you guys give good orderly direction, G-O-D. A lot of you guys are naturally born to be that. Somebody probably told you guys, man, you get some good directions. I thank you. I ain't kidding, because I would have, you know, da-da-da. That's you guys. And guess what? You guys also have that G-O-D, gratitude over depression. A lot of you guys don't want to sit around and be in no dumps. You rather be at the, you know, somewhere really, you know, high frequency. You know what I mean? And not in the slumps is what I'm getting. So a lot of you guys choose G-O-D, gratitude over depression. I can't make it up. Now, a lot of you guys also have this other form of G-O-D, which is the great outdoors. A lot of you guys don't let grass grow under your feet. You get the heck out. You like, I'm gone. Bye. You like, you gone again? They like, you gone again? Yeah, I gotta go, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? That's you guys. I can't make it up. Number 1, alphas. Did I stutter? Yeah, so you guys have that energy. Now, a lot of you guys, you do have all 3. You know what I mean? I can't make it up. So, yeah, so that 2 1s, when you add 1 plus 1 together, that equals the number 2. And what the higher realms is telling you when you add those 2 up is simply that, you know, the number 2 is the higher realms letting you guys know that the higher realms highly favor you with a birthright number 2. If you don't believe me, all you gotta do is look in the mirror. You see everything on your body that equate of the number 2. You got 2 parts of your body? Yes, you do. You got 2 eyes, and both the same size. You know what I mean? So the bottom line is that number 2, the higher realms are saying that the higher realms highly favor you. The higher realms is also acknowledging that some of you guys, you do pray. Some of you guys, because of this birthright of number 2, a lot of you guys, yeah, you pray. All right? So, and a lot of you guys in the way in the back there who tell you don't pray, that's okay, because guess what? You're a living prayer, whether you know it or not. If somebody, if you ever help somebody, they pray for that help. Did I stutter out or mother? Somebody prayed for so-and-so to have a baby boy, a baby girl, and guess what? That was you. All right? Unbeknownst to you. So somebody prayed for somebody to take that job. Somebody prayed for somebody to, you know. So it goes on, you guys. I can't make it up. You're just simply a living prayer. I cannot. Somebody prayed for somebody to marry their daughter. What? Did I stop? You are a living prayer. You heard me? So, so let's keep that, you know. Yeah. So the higher realms is telling you guys, as sure as it takes 2 hands to form a prayer, man, anything you're praying for, it's already right there. You know, that's what the higher realms is saying about this number 2 birthright. And the higher realms is saying that number 11, because 11 is a unique number in the spiritual realm. It's so unique. It also identifies that you guys, you came through a special portal to get here. You guys know. So some of you got, I cannot make it up. Some of you guys are surgically induced type, you guys came through a special portal here. You didn't get here the certain way. So some of you guys are induced that way. Some of you guys, yeah, I can't make it up. Yes. So some of you guys came through a specific way of getting here, which is a unique portal to get here. Where I'm also seeing, So I'm seeing a lot of you guys really have some, you maybe, well, that's something, if some of you guys don't know this is interesting, but a lot of you guys do know this, that you came through a special portal to be here. Wow. Yeah, this is something else. So I see that. Wow. So those of you who came through a surrogate, and those of you who came otherwise, through some way of medical, I'm seeing it. Okay, so yeah, and that was a special portal for you guys to get here. Now the number 11 is a reminder from the higher realms that a lot of you guys, you may get this reminder, because when I see this number 11, it's so prevalent that you guys have to know when to pull back and do exactly what I shared with you guys in the beginning. Am I the solution? You know what I'm saying? And that type of thing. So in other words, if I say good morning to someone and they cuss me out, is that my problem? Oh no. It's never going to be my problem, ever. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, that is what I'm saying. So a lot of you guys with this number 11, you really have to pick your elixir. You know what I mean? Your spiritual fixer. Because some of you guys can be pulled into things. You can be pulled into the left. You can be pulled into the right. But truth be told, you guys are the equalizers. So you have to stand firm on your energy. If that's not yours, it's just not yours, and you don't have time for it. Keep it moving, because the number 11 is a reminder from the higher realms. It's like a tap on the shoulder. You're from a higher realm. You're only here in physical form to conclude your spiritual mission. Remember I told you guys, you are on a spiritual mission here. Your soul is on a mission. You know what I mean? So that part. So the higher realm's not playing about you guys, giving you this birthright of number 11. And oh my goodness, this number 3 says all it means in its entirety. Now that number 3 is powerful, because a lot of you guys, you are master manifestors with this number 3. A lot of you guys are spiritually connected to the energy of the Trinity, the mind, body, and spirit energy, inspiration, manifestation, and creation. Mind, body. Yeah, mother. Some people say mother, father, son. Some people say, what you call Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Some people say Mother, Father, Son, but it doesn't matter, because you are that one. All right. What it means is that you guys are, some of you guys are ascended masters. You're multidimensional spiritual beings. You only came here in this lifetime to help, Earth do what it's supposed to do, and a lot of things of that nature. You guys came through. Now, the bottom line is this number 3. It talks about how you guys have that mastery. A lot of you guys have the ability to be at 3 places at one time. All right? If you look in your story, you'll find that you were at the right place at the right time with the right stuff. Anybody else's story, they'll tell you something different. You know what I'm saying? Your story might go like this. They say, oh, come on in. We just opened the doors. You right on time. Oh, come on in. I just put on the coffee. Come on in. Oh, yeah, well, come on in. I'm just getting ready to open the door. Now, you let somebody else tell their story, to be like, they said, come back next week. Yeah, they didn't open up yet. They said, come back. Oh, yeah, they had closed early that year. Their story would be like that. But because you guys really carry this number 3 birthright, this is your ability. So be mindful of what you guys thinketh, because this is a powerful energy that you withhold inside of you. So you got to be mindful of what you thinketh, because to your surprise, it can instantly materialize. I can't make it up because of your number 3 birthright. This 0 right here, it lets you guys know that. See, when you deal with that 1, you got the alpha, and that 0 is omega. It's God, the Omega, the end. So a lot of you guys need to know that the higher realms is with you full circle all the way to from the beginning to the end in your birthright here. This is so cool. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of you guys have mastered. See, this number 13, you see that 1 and that 3, 1-3, that says 13. So a lot of you guys have mastered oneself, in this lifetime as well. So like I said, a lot of you guys are ascended masters. Okay, I can't make it up. And a lot of you guys have to live your life with love and compassion. It's a must because of this 13. Because that a lot of things, it just can't twist and turn you a certain way because you have mastered a certain level prior to even getting here, because your ascended masters is here. So, and I can't make it up. So a lot of you guys also have a lot to do with the number 4. You know what I'm saying? And that number 4 is never to be ignored in the spiritual world or the spiritual realm. It means that the angels are sending you guys everything that you need from 4 corners of the world, 4 seasons of the earth, 4 elements of the earth, even down to 4 legs on a table, just to keep you guys secure and stable, spiritually grounded, secure and stable. Some of you guys, that emotional pet is available because it has 4 legs to you guys, okay? All right? A lot of you guys find yourself with a ride and didn't even ask for one because of your blessings of 4. That goes with your birthright. Some of you guys have a 4-letter name. Some of you guys have 4-letter nicknames, things of that nature. So a lot of you guys are really the energy of 4. But what this 4 really means is a lot of you guys can use all 4 elements to manifest your birthday. You don't have to do the mundane candle and blow out the candle and the cake, which is fire sign and air sign. You don't have to do it. You can use all 4. A lot of you guys can do, you can use all 4 elements to manifest whatever you like, because quite frankly, you're a master manifester anyway. So be mindful of what you guys think is now. Your birthright in its totality is 1 + 1 + 3 + 0, and that equals the number 5. So that makes a lot of sense. You guys are simply a game changer here. You are supposed to change the game. It makes a lot of sense because a lot of you guys are positive, game changers, multi-dimensional positive game changers. You guys change the game on every dimensional level. So a lot of you guys will receive some pocket change from this level for your birthday. Make no mistake about it. Okay? So a lot of you guys will get some money on your B-Day today in every way. Real briefly, you guys, I kept on getting a message for you guys earlier today. Now, I didn't know where this message was coming from. I felt like it was someone who was like a kid. No, okay, so this is somebody's child for others, and then the other half of you guys, this is your significant other or somebody that, you considered to be serious with at one time. For some reason, they keep saying they had to steal. So they may be getting caught up for stealing something, either from the job or whatever, and choosing, what they choose. They actually make these type of moves, okay? So, and for a lot of you guys, you're going to hear them say, I had to do it. They feel like they had to do it. Don't ask, don't. This is only because they really do make bad decisions and bad choices. And they lack the ability to really give themselves the time and attention that they need. And for a lot of you guys, when this child, who said they need to steal, they were doing it for, a significant other or somebody that they really, thought blah, blah, okay? So they got bamboozled into a way of doing something, and they made the decision to do so based on the, so they let them influence them, and they say they had to do it. They made them think they had to do it, okay? So I just want to let you guys know that in a big way. Now I see behind the scenes, somebody got a certain amount of H word here. You know what I mean? Now they're going to act like, anyway. So the bottom line is, it's some H word back there, because they're going to be mad when they have to deal with the consequences from you, because you don't play that as a parent. You ain't stealing nothing, blah, blah. So now they're mad. So it's some H word back here, which is I really don't care for using it as much. But the bottom line is, a lot of you guys, I want to share this because this is my first time ever seeing this. However, we know this deep inside. I haven't heard a psychologist say this or anyone, so I'm going to say this loudly on my channel, and then I'm going to write it in my post area because I'm documenting this because the higher realms gave this to me on your beautiful day, 11:30, today. So the bottom line is, you know how they have like, what do you call anxiety from slave mentality, anxiety, stuff like that. Okay. Well, you guys are suffering from, mother's depression. Some of you guys go into the mother's depression area where sometimes you really don't like, the work because it's not really getting you where you want to go. And then you have a fear of, different triggers, at work, a fear of things like at work that really give you guys a level of, uncomfortability, but it's basically fear. So a lot of you guys house a lot of fear because you are a mother. And those of you who are fathers, it's the same thing for you guys, mothers and fathers. You carry a certain amount of fear that's triggered while you're at work and while all through your life, and it has a lot, and a lot of you guys, it has a lot to do with the amount that you make. So deep down behind your energy, it's some of you guys a lot of things about this because the self-identification hurts because the only thing you can identify, okay, so say like if you put on a mask, you know what I'm saying? Say like you put on a makeup, and what that makeup is on, somebody's treating you one way because of the makeup, and you forget that you are who you are without the makeup or something of that nature. So that's what I'm getting. It's a lot of you guys are really having issues with this being a trigger because you're not identifying with your true self. You're only identifying with your parent self. That's why you're always, I don't want to say uptight, but I'm going to say it on the serious note of things. A lot of you guys are really on the serious side of things because you're guaranteed to, conquer whatever it is and come through. Because a lot of you guys refuse to be, in a minute stage of self-lack or feeling bad about oneself. You know what I mean? Some of you guys, because of your sisters and brothers, or because you've seen them do what they do, and those of you who don't have sisters and brothers, maybe because somebody else's sister or brother, or somebody who called you a sister or brother, but you determine that that's not how you're going to be, because quite frankly, a lot of you guys, are ashamed to see them in the situation that they're in, or you're ashamed to see them how they are, you know what I mean? And a lot of you guys, it comes from, the lack of discord of fathership. So it's something about these fathers too that's here. And like I said, this hurts. So it's a lot of energy here that's taking place. So a lot of you guys think you're depressed or you're having those moments. It's because of this energy, and quite frankly, because I just discovered it, and I knew it was there, and some of us knew it was there, but never pronounced what it is. But the higher realms is telling me on this day of 11/30/25, all right, doing your read, that this is what it is. A lot of you guys suffer from mother and father depression, all right, which is caused by triggers at work, triggers when you're with your finances, and fear of being aged by your own kids. I meant to say that as well, okay, which has caused you guys a lot of grief, in every way. And a lot of you guys, even today, and a lot of you guys are looking forward to things, changing, you know what I mean, in a safe way, you know what I mean? Yeah, because you guys, quite frankly, you don't feel comfortable in this. It's not a safe place for you guys. It keeps you guys on the extra sensory mode, And some of you guys have found yourself trying to even sex this energy away. is what I've seen here. Yeah. And that's why you guys, and some of you guys don't even know why you have experienced certain things like one night stands. It's because of that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys have been trying to, like I said, get it away. You know what I mean? And trying to relieve stress in that manner, and trying to, have humor about it, and not feel so down, because that takes you out of, that realm pound for pound for a moment. And that way you don't feel angry at yourself or others. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. But I want to see what the higher realms want to close with for you guys. Okay. Okay, November 30, Birdie. Look at you. A lot of you guys are true living authors. Some of you guys have a book inside of you. Go ahead and start that strong book. Some of you guys, it will be a cookbook. And it will be very powerful, because I think some of you guys are going to change the cookbook game. And I cannot say any more after that. You guys know what I'm saying. You about to change the cookbook game. That's all I'm going to say. The higher realms is giving you the go ahead. All right? It's not red. It's green for you to go ahead. Okay? Because the higher realms are saying everything that you have experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. And it's time for you to walk that walk. You hear me? That courageous walk through, your abilities to cook and write that book, that cookbook. It's interesting. Yeah. And I cannot make it. I want to say it, but I can't say it because people steal so much. And then they don't understand why they get what they get. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are meant to change the game. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, and then the higher realms is also letting you guys know. Some of you guys may have been seeing 999. Okay? And some of you guys may be who've been seeing that. You may not know. Some of you guys are 36 or something like that. Or someone like your child is 36 or something like that. But someone for your past life, is your soulmate. And you two are emotionally available together. And the higher realms are saying it's time for you guys to evolve. All right? Because you keep asking about this person. Who is your soulmate? But they're right there in front of your eyes. And some of you guys know who it is because you guys are emotionally available. And it's crazy because it happened to me in my lifetime. I didn't know that, my friend was digging on me. I thought I was, just a friend because I'm used to having, opposite sex friends and don't, just be straight friends. I had one guy say, oh man, you run her over by a car, and da-da-da. All that crazy shit, stuff before she lay down. Or something crazy like that. But the bottom line is this. I'm just saying, you got people that say things, and so I'm looking at you guys already know this past life person, all right? And somebody is 36, that's coming in your read, so a lot of you guys, the child in your life is a past life person as well that's been in your life previously. So that's something you guys need to know. And last but not least, when I was telling you guys about the person making those wrong decisions, for others of you guys who know this, now this is somebody who you may have dealt with, or the one I'm talking about that make those poor decisions, okay? Now this is the significant person, not your child in any way, but it's saying the whole family is going to go down for extortion. You know what I'm saying? Some type of extortion through trafficking. The T word, and stuff like that. But the bottom line is, because they didn't make better decisions and these people were not grounded enough to see, the forest from the tree. Okay, that part. So like I said, this person who said they had to steal it, they had to steal something they had to steal. And to be honest with you, I can't even make it up. This goes real far and wide and deep. This is like one of them real top level type of things is what I'm getting. You know, it's a minute few of you guys, but I'm getting somebody stole something top level. Like, I'm talking from museum or some place like that. And I remember hearing something like that. This feels like it's like that. And some of you guys know it. You like, why this person did? Because of all this, and because their whole family kind of in cahoots together, and because they were not grounded enough just to see the light. You know, the forest for the trees. I can't make it up. So I'm going to get one last message from the higher realms, and then I'm going to close. And you guys had already cut ties with, because you felt you really knew that they were wasting your time. You already cut ties with them. You already cut them off from getting any finances from you. And you guys already felt different situations from even having a one-night stand or a love affair with them at any point in that time. And a lot of you guys chose to, you know, like, not, you know, really acquaint yourself with them, because you already see what you see. You could see them for who they really are. They can't see themselves, okay? So the higher realms are saying for you guys to listen to your grandchildren, because a lot of you guys provide a lot of hope for them. And the acronym for hope is HOPE, hearing other people's experience. Some of you guys probably heard, oh, you know, and then if it's not your grandchild, somebody grandchild asking about you guys or something of that nature, okay? And they really want to, speak to you. So you guys, they also want to hear your experience as well, because that's the word hope. So it goes both ways. But for you guys, it's the grandchildren right here. The higher realms is making that a message for you guys so clear that they want. Because, see, a lot of you guys, you bring them not only joy, but peace. You bring them a lot of peace in their lives, okay? You bring them a lot of peace, okay? Yeah, you guys bring them a lot of peace. See something here. Okay, so I'm picking up on somebody, and my heart goes out, and my deepest condolences. Of course, I'm a medium, so I guess I had to pick that up towards the end, right? So yeah, my deepest condolences. I love you guys with my whole heart. Those of you who lost a grandchild or grandchildren, yeah, peace be unto you guys. And please recognize, you guys, for me, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. That the acronym for death is DEATH. A person who did everything appointed to him or her in this lifetime. And that's simply exactly what it is. See, a lot of us come here to do what we have to do. And that is a fact. So I need to share that with you guys because of this that I'm getting. And my deepest condolences to you guys, okay? Wholeheartedly. And my grandiose ideology of life is simply, life is like a train ride. My ticket is birth. My destination is death. Anything in between is pure luxury. So I know I got to make the best of it. And another one that I keep and I hold is simply, life is a journey. You know, a journey that I may meet a lot of good, beautiful people along the way. They may call themselves grandchildren, mothers, fathers. I want to keep them forever. But guess what? I must journey. I must journey on. I love you guys. This is where we must part ways. If life lasts in the past, you will see or hear me again. Until then, peace be unto you and within one.